Now, there is another topic we want to talk about here, and this is opposite rays. Opposite rays, so again, let's read the sentence and let's pick out the key points. Opposite rays are two collinear rays, so that's important, that have the same endpoint, that's important, and opposite rays always form a line. So there's three characteristics here that are very important, and these are going to be very important when we talk about what we're going to do to use these in the next portion of the video. Opposite rays are collinear, so you're talking about rays that are on the same line. So you can't have rays that are just pointing opposite direction, okay? So if you have a ray like right here and a ray up here, even though they're going different directions, they're not on the same line, therefore they're not considered opposite rays. Opposite rays have to be collinear. The second thing is opposite rays have to have the exact same endpoint. You can't have opposite rays if the endpoints aren't the same. Okay? And the third thing is that opposite rays always form a line. This is the definition of opposite rays. Now, this becomes very important when we look at the next question, so let's talk about what we're going to do here. Here's the question. L and P, ray LP, and ray PL form a line. Are they opposite rays? And explain. Now this is very important discussion I'm going to have about explain, the word explain, because in geometry you're going to see that word a lot. Explain, 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 explain. Now here's the thing that you need to understand. Your explanation must include the definition that you're using, or postulate that you're using, or theorem that you're using to make your decision. In other words, every explanation isn't some long, drawn-out, well, because of this, and I think this, and because these are pointing this way. None of that matters. What has to happen is either the answer is yes because the definition is met, or the theorem is met, or the postulate is met, so the answer is yes, or the answer is no because there's something about the definition that the particular diagram doesn't fit. Or there's something about the theorem that the particular diagram that you're looking at doesn't meet. Or there's something about the postulate that it doesn't meet. Okay? So your explanations always have to go back to, well, the answer is yes because this particular scenario fits every single part of the definition. Well, the answer is no because this part of the definition isn't met in this particular scenario. So let me show you how this works. Okay, R, L, P, and PL, they form a line, excuse me. Ray LP and ray PL form a line. Are they opposite rays? So what I have to do, the question is, are they opposite rays? So what I have to do is think about what's the definition of opposite rays. The definition of opposite rays has 3 points to it. The rays have to be collinear, they have to have the same endpoint, and they have to form a line. If any one of these 3 things is not true about the question I'm being asked, then they are not opposite rays. So when you're asked, are they opposite rays or are they something, you have to know what the definition is and then see, does the situation meet the scenario? So let's look at each one of these separately. First of all, let's look at the diagram and find ray LP. LP, here's the endpoint, that always comes first, and then a point to the right is P, so that's this ray that points this way. Where's ray PL? PL, the endpoint is first, so here's P, and PL goes this way, okay? So these are on the same line. Are they opposite rays? Well, let's look at our definition. First of all, opposite rays must be collinear. So as I look at LP and PL, are these 2 rays collinear? Yes, they're on the same line, so that part of the definition is true. Second part, opposite rays must have the same endpoint. Well, let's look at here. Do these have the same endpoint? Well, no. This endpoint is L. This endpoint is P. So the answer, I can stop right there. The answer is no. And the explanation is why? Because they don't have the same endpoint. And the same endpoint is a requirement for them to be opposite rays. So my answer should look like this. LP and PL are not opposite rays because because is an explanation word. This is why I'm going to explain to you. They do not share a common endpoint. Their endpoint is not the same. Okay, so notice that my explanation includes what part of the definition has not been met by this particular situation. And every explanation must carry with it the definition that makes it true, or the definition that doesn't make it true, or postulate, or theorem.